Says Rabbi Avram, he's in the middle of going into depth of the Madrega Shlishis, the third Madrega of Bitachon. So he said that the first Madrega of Bitachon was the person who has Bitachon Hashem. However, he's still concerned that maybe his Averis are going to stand in the way, and maybe something is going to hold back the Yeshua. The second Madrega was the person who not only has Bitachon Hashem, but other rabbis tries to strengthen that Bitachon by being a doirish, by being a mevakish. How? Through tefillah, that a person has bitachon that Hashem is going to do it, and is not concerned. Other rabbi just adds tefillah and is a mevakish. And then of course the third madrega, a person who has complete bitachon Hashem, that he's certain and on a level of yediyah, on a level of knowledge, that he knows that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to provide him with these things. Says Rabbi Avram that this third level is not what the Rabbeinu Bachya would call a choyves halavavos. It's not an obligation for every human being. Actually, most people will never get to that level of bitachon. Why? Because that level of bitachon, says the Rabbeinu Avram, the level of bitachon that has somewhat of a yediyah can only come to a person who already experienced some level of nevuah, some level of ruach hakodesh, some level of he really did see with his own eyes the expression of ruach hakodesh, the idea of nevuah, where HaKadosh Baruch Hu spoke to him or sent a novi to him to tell him what's going to happen, and it happened. Only then can a person reach that level of bitachon. And indeed, says the Rabbi Avram, that once a person reaches that level of bitachon, he will be obligated. Once a person reaches that level of yediyah, he will of course be obligated to have that level of bitachon. As we see by Avraham Avinu, and this was after he had the chizoyon, after he had a nevuah about the future generations. Believed after Yetzias Mitzrayim. Again, this was after they saw Yetzias Mitzrayim. ומדרגה זו הנאי לבניס גבוה שממיינס הבטחה ולא בנוקל תוסק ולכן הגדילו הנביאים בערכות. So Rabbi Avram is going to bring us multiple psukim from Tanakh that we see how the Nevi'im themselves praise this level of bitachon. B'teach b'Hashem chesed tzivavenu, b'teach b'Hashem ashrov, Hashem tzvoks ashron and b'teach boch. Says Rabbi Avram, u'mailis bitachon zu ein mishpatok shtei mailis hakoidmus. As we mentioned, this mile of bitachon is not like the other two. Shebehen chayiv kol shem Torah. The other two, every shem Torah mitzvahs is mechuyev to reach and achieve and at least attempt to achieve. But this level, this is only for someone who is clean from averas, and he reached shleimus. He somewhat tasted ashgacha pratis by hamachayva in the midas bitachon kazois, and at that point he becomes mechuyev to have this level of bitachon. As David HaMelech says, after the Shech Hashem, is mamash talking about this level of bitachon. The people who are already yoidei shemecha to some extent, they know what Hashem's name is. Is after the Shech Hashem is the other one. We see how the Kiadrisha Shlema Vanemona Hiyakdom Lebeticha. So when a person achieves the first two levels of bitachon, he has bitachon and he's a mavakish and he adds tefillah, and then he experiences an incredible level of ashgacha. That's when a person can add this next level of complete bitachon, where that already includes a level of almost the idea that he knows that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to provide for him the things that he relies on HaKadosh Baruch Hu for. And he says, this is where we see by Reb Chanina Mendoza, that whenever he davened for a choyle, he would say who is going to live. And they asked him how he knows, and he said if his tefillah comes out well, then he knows it's mekobel, and if not, not. In other words, he had somewhat of a connection, somewhat of a ability to see, mamash, to see what's going to happen. And that level of bitachon, that's when that third madrega kicks in, where it's mamash k'moya yediyah. Says the Rabbi Avram, even though the people at that level, of course, know for certainty that what they're trying to achieve is going to happen, their thing that they're relying on HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to happen, that's the entire idea, but they're not relying on their own tzidkas, they're not relying on their own zchusim. Adarabah, they're only relying on the chesed Hashem. As David HaMelech says, have a wonderful day.